Glute-focused back extensions have to be one of my absolute favorite exercises for glutes. I'll show you double leg and single leg variations in this video. So the first thing that you want to do is set up the length of the back extension so that your hips are just over the edge of the pad. So when I'm here, I'm going to press my feet against the back pad here, really drive my calves in, and my hips are just above the bar here so that I'm able to hinge properly. With my toes, in order for me to activate my glutes, I like turning my toes outwards just a little bit. So angle my toes out, heels in, still digging my calves into this pad right here. I'm going to round my back, tuck my chin in, and get rid of all back work so it's just my glutes moving my weight. When you're doing this, you want to think about stretching your head as far forwards as you can. When you start to feel your body coming up instead of forward, that is the end of the rep for your glutes, because your glutes only do hip extension, they don't do back extension. So here, toes out, I'm gonna come down, really hug myself, tuck my chin in, stretch my head forward, and drive my thighs into the pad as hard as I can. This is as far forward as I go. Now I start feeling like I'm coming up. That's using my low back. We don't want that. So keeping my head tucked, stretch my head forward, nice squeeze, and then forward on the way down too. Another thing that I'm doing here with my double legs is externally rotating my thigh bones. So if I come forward, as I'm extending, I'm turning my knees out, and that's gonna give you the maximum glute contraction of your maximus, medius, and minimus. So again, I'm in here, stretching my head forward, externally rotating my kneecaps, sending my head forward on the way down, driving my thighs into the pad, nice squeeze. Now, to make this more challenging, we also have our single leg variations. So for a single leg, you want your one leg to be closer to the middle of the apparatus. When I'm setting up, my foot is much closer to the midline, my thigh is in the midline, and my toe is pointed straight down, not out for this one. This leg is gonna be back here, just hanging out. So what I'm gonna do, again, tuck my head in, chin in, stretch my head forward, and I'm pushing this thigh into the pad as hard as I can. Stretch that head forward, squeeze. When you start to come up instead of forward, your rep is over. And then you would switch legs. Same thing, keeping it in the midline of the body. Pressing that thigh into the pad, stretching your head forward. So give those a try, play around with your foot position, and see where you contract your glutes optimally.